All right, let's go over, this is the APF, and I want to go over a couple things for you. So on the left side, you see that we have the noise threshold, the dB noise gate. So if this is all the way in the off position, that means you're basically operating without any set point or dB noise threshold. If this is in the off position, basically you're just going to hear the SB7 running the way it normally would. What I normally do is when I turn it on, before I press any of these buttons, I'm sweeping and I adjust this. I have a high setting up here. I think when you're said and done, you're going to be somewhere in this area in order to cut it back if you want to. Otherwise, you can listen to more noise by reducing it counterclockwise like that. Over here you have your speaker output volume, off, low, and maximum. Now, a couple of things are going to influence the volume. On the SB7, let me just take this off for a second. In the SB7 you have earphone output and you have a speaker output. Okay, the milliwatt output is much higher on the speaker output than it is in the earphone output. Okay, so if you want a little more volume, you go to this. The other thing you have to be aware of is when you have this set up, you have to pause it and you have to increase the volume to 30. So turn it on and make sure that's all the way up to 30. Then you can do all the rest of the controls with the box. That way this is always consistent. If you keep this at 30 all the time, then you don't have to worry so much. You'll get familiar with the same settings on these two volume and noise gate thresholds. All right, so again, the buttons, your pause and resume or start and stop, which starts and stops the APF, not the SB7. 10-second rewind, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30, 40, 50, 60, etc. So most of the time you're able to hear something fast enough where you can pause it and rewind or just rewind. And then this is your playback slow. It doesn't speed it up, only slows it down. So this is 5%, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, etc. Every time you press that button, you slow down the speed by 5%. And this is the low pass filter. There's 10 steps of low pass filtering. You're going to block out the high frequencies and allow the lower ones to come through. The lower you go, the more muffled it's going to sound. You got your speaker output over here. Now in this one, I've got a speaker built in, so the sound is going to come out on the right side over here. Let me just show you something. So you pop this out, right? And then you open this up, pop this in, and now that thing is locked in there really solid. So now you have one of those orbital speakers locked into the cradle. Now, if you were to go with an orbital speaker, you have to use the line out and go to your orbital speaker, all right? And the controls for the dB noise threshold can also be used with that. You can, obviously this isn't being used, there's a switch, so it knows if you're using the internal one or the external outputs. All right, so I just wanted to show you this. If you were to do this, then what you do is you take the SB7 and the Bluetooth transmitter and you just put it in your pocket. All right, and we're going to go over the Bluetooth in a minute. Let's take this out. Put this back. So on the top, I have the APF Bluetooth SB7 transmitter. So this is your audio device, and you want to transmit the audio device, so the sound from the audio. So you're going to plug this in. Okay. So now the sound from this is going to the Bluetooth, is then transmitting over to the receiver, which is going to the input of the APF board. So there's your receiver. Real estate's a little bit tight on the box, but you can still see and get to everything. I changed this. This is the battery charge port. More robust. It's not going to pull through. These are really glued well on the inside. This is a round on-off switch. It's really firm to turn it on and off, so it's not going to come on by accident. And this is also threaded on the inside, so that's not going to pull out anyway. On this side, I did the same thing. That's the line output is glued very, very well. Other than that, that's the external box. You're going to get a charger, right? So the charger goes in here. So you plug it in. When you plug it in, there's going to be a red and a green light on the side. When both lights are on, that means the battery is charging. When the red light goes off, the green light's on, that means you're all set to go. The battery's charged. There's a circuit inside that controls the charge of the lithium battery for overcharging and so on. All right, so that's your charger for that. And then you get this USB. USB plugs into the edge of the Bluetooth transmitter on both of them, so you have to charge those up. The instructions say you can get 10 hours, but count on at least 6 hours from what I've been able to test. It could be longer. Now to set up the Bluetooth, I want to go over that with you. To set it up, I'm going to just do everything right now so you can see. I'm going to turn on the SB7. You don't have to sweep. You just need some noise. Make sure your noise gate is off. Bring the volume up 50%. First thing you want to do is you want to take the transmitter over here. Right? Hold down the button for 5 seconds. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Okay, you can see the lights blinking there. Then do the same thing for the receiver. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Okay. So you see them flashing a little bit. Now when they're on and they're steady blue, you got a signal. Okay, there's blue there, blue there. That's as easy as it's gonna get. And then all you gotta do is turn this on. Bring the volume down. Our connection has been made. It's that simple. Next thing I like to do is bring up the noise gate a little bit. Press 2 buttons at the same time. Start my sweep. You can hear the sweep. Now let me show you something. Let me go down. Let me bring the volume up. Okay. I'm going to start introducing some of the noise gate. Right around 11 o'clock you should start to hear some changes. Give it a couple of seconds. Or you can hit two buttons to see what the result is. Let's bring it up a little more. A little more. It's starting to kick in right here. I've got it labeled as high. Let's bring it up a little more. Just a couple of degrees. Don't go crazy with it. Once you get the sound that you like, I like a little bit of scratch. Personally, I like a lot of noise. But if you want to reduce the noise, that's what you would do. Then, I'm going to do another degree or two. You know that if a loud response comes through, it's going to break through that set point and it's going to be heard very loud. So be prepared for that. The next thing you do is slow it down. 5%, 10%, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's where you need to be to begin. And that's it. Low pass filtering is a little bit different. I'm gonna bring up the volume a little bit for you. Reduce the noise gate threshold down. You can hear some of the changes. normal. It loops around, so you've got to remember that. Bring up the noise gate. Everything's working great. Again, to reset back to normal, just go like that, and that defaults. Now you can hear how quiet this thing becomes with the noise gate. You want to reduce it a lot more. That's it.